Microwave clock glows blue, 217 above the sink. A delivery bike cuts through the rain and fades behind the intersection. I'm lying on top of the blanket, still wearing yesterday's clothes. Phone charger stretched across the floor like something keeping me here. The night always does this to people, pulls old scenes back into focus, makes small regrets feel enormous, makes quiet rooms feel wet somehow. I replay conversations badly, fixing words nobody remembers. The ceiling stain above my bed starts looking like a map somewhere. I couldn't stay inside tonight, too many thoughts with nowhere to go. So I walked past shuttered restaurants and vending machines buzzing softly. The convenience store lights felt hostile, too white against the empty street. A cashier yawns behind the counter without looking up at me. A dull kick drum inside my headphones keeps dragging my steps forward. Cold air caught beneath my sleeves, sharp enough to stay awake. There's no hope in me tonight, still I set the alarm, still check what time it is, still wonder if I'll wake up late. It's funny what survives after everything else quits. A phone charging near the floor, tomorrow waiting anyway. Street lights trembling in puddles, like they're trying not to disappear. Someone's cigarette near the crosswalk burns alone beside a drain. Two drunk strangers miss their bus stop, then laugh like it doesn't matter. The bass from somewhere underground comes loose through the sidewalk cracks. Now my heartbeat starts following it before I even notice. I pass dark apartment windows, blue light flickering inside. Everybody probably carrying something they never sorted out. Half-finished songs inside my playlist, coffee cups left by the bed, messages I still can't answer, thoughts I haven't named yet. A train arrives below the bridge, warm wind rushing up the stairs. For a second I keep standing still, just listening to the rails shake. There's no hope in me tonight, still I set the alarm, still check what time it is, still wonder if I'll wake up late. Maybe people don't keep living because they believe that much. Maybe morning is enough when nothing else really is. I used to think survival needed some beautiful reason behind it. Now I'm not really sure anymore. Maybe it's smaller than that. An unfinished song still waiting, laundry hanging near the door. A few emotions left unopened, tomorrow morning asking for me. The walk signal starts blinking, asked for. The fridge hum fills the apartment. Tiny red numbers by the sink. Someone upstairs drops something heavy. Then everything goes quiet again. I'm sitting on the kitchen floor, one sock on one somewhere else. The television flickers silently, like it forgot what it was saying. Keys turning in my pocket, train brakes screaming below. A plastic bag caught on the railing, moving like it knows where to go. I read the same receipt 4 times, still don't remember buying anything. There's dust stuck inside the fan blades, spinning slower than my thoughts. You say something from the doorway, I missed the middle of the sentence. Only catch the last few words and carry them around all night. The elevator opens twice, nobody there either time. A siren bends around the buildings and disappears behind the rain. I keep losing small pieces of every hour I'm in. Conversations turn hollow before they even begin. I don't know what's wrong with me, maybe nothing at all. Maybe I just got too used to staring at the wall. Staring at the wall. The room keeps shifting slightly, like furniture underwater. Wet footprints near the laundromat, cheap cologne inside the hall. Someone laughing through thin ceilings and coughing for a minute straight. The bass starts somewhere down the block, loose and uneven through the ground. Now my heartbeat follows it without asking me first. I pass a girl with silver headphones, mouthing words to herself. For a second everything lines up, then breaks apart again. The drink in my hand tastes metallic, street signs blur when buses pass. I watch my reflection in dark windows, trying to see if it reacts back. A bottle rolling near the curb, tiny sound repeating softly. I let it follow me a while, like it's leading me somewhere. I keep losing small pieces of every hour I'm in. Conversations turn hollow before they even begin. I don't know what's wrong with me, maybe nothing at all. Maybe I just got too used to staring at the walls. Someone left a note downstairs, half the letters washed away. Only words I still can read are don't forget and yesterday. The train arrives, the doors slide open, warm air rushes through my chest. Everybody steps inside like they already know what's next. I stay still for one more second, listening to the wire shake. Then I follow the noise forward before my mind can I keep losing small pieces, but now I feel them move. The floor beneath my body this. The fridge hum fills the apartment, morning leaking through the glass. A coffee cup beside the window, still warm enough to hold at last. Microwave turning in slow circles, blue light underneath the door, delivery bags by the stairwell, one shoe missing near the couch, phone face down across the blanket, dust around the window frame. Someone upstairs drags a chair back, and everything drops flat again. Autocorrect fills the sentence before I finish forming it. 3 unread chats beside each other, all buried under weather apps. Office carpet smelling printer heat, paper cups beside the sink. I learned exactly where to look now when somebody starts talking to me. Plastic fork inside cold noodles, streaming as before the song. Co-workers laughing near the scanner, my timing landing right with theirs. Elevator camera in the corner, tiny red recording light. I watch the numbers changing upward without remembering my flaw. Earbuds leaking dull percussion, loose enough to hear the street. Crosswalk signal blinking white, people moving without looking up. Phone charger twisted near the mattress, jacket hanging off the chair. Browser tabs too far gone to sort through, half a drink beside the sink. Funny how the hands stay moving, opening doors and tying shoes. Meanwhile something in the background feels switched off without a sound. Typing bubbles flashing briefly, then disappearing from the screen. Convenience store automatic chime cutting through refrigerated air. Microwaved rice rotating slowly behind scratched plastic near the back. Some guy sleeping on the subway, head against the window glass. A girl beside him scrolling endlessly, thumb moving without any pause. Laundry sitting in the washer, wrinkled into heavy shapes. Sticky notes around the monitor, curling near the edges now. Someone sends you good and leaves it floating near the top. Unread, I open it, then lock the screen again before the typing bar appears. Vending machine beside the exit, buzzing louder than before. Tiny puddles near the sidewalk, reflecting logos from the stores. Escalator humming underneath me, metal steps repeating down. For a second in the dark glass, I look almost synchronized. Phone charger twisted near the mattress, takeout boxes near the floor. Notifications stacking quietly along the top edge of the screen. Maybe everybody's acting more than anybody says. Maybe functioning is different from actually feeling there. Cursor blinking in the search bar, toothpaste cap beside the sink, router lights across the ceiling, sneakers kicked beneath the bed, train maps glowing over strangers, sleeves brushing when doors slide shut. Nobody speaking near the platform, just coffee men
Automatic doors sliding sideways. Same chime every single time. Fluorescent lights above the produce, buzzing softly through the store. A cashier folds another receipt without looking at the customer. Outside, taxis idle at red lights, like they already know the timing. Everyone sounds strangely prepared, like they practiced earlier somewhere. Co-workers laughing at the right moment, before the punchline fully lands. Train announcements stay calm forever, no matter what delays appear. Thank you for your understanding, in the same polite voice again. A guy in business clothes near the platform repeats one sentence into his phone. Yeah, I'm almost there 4 different times, without changing how he says it. Even couples near convenience stores lean against each other perfectly. Smoke rising near the ashtray lights, like background effects in a scene. Everybody knows their lines better than I do. Automatic smiles, automatic greetings, perfect timing everywhere. The burger place beside the crossing plays the same 2 pop songs nightly. Teenagers near the soda machine laugh half a second too loud. Elevator cameras in apartment lobbies, tiny red dots in the corners. Delivery drivers bow politely, without slowing down their steps. A girl records her coffee cup until the foam looks symmetrical, then deletes the video immediately and starts filming it again. I catch my reflection in black windows, moving with the crowd behind me. Earbuds in neutral expression, walking at the expected speed. And suddenly I can't stop wondering if I look rehearsed too. Doors opening, people entering, screens glowing, signals blinking, nobody missing their cue. Crosswalk melodies through humid air, green figure flashing overhead. Everybody starts moving together without speaking to each other. The convenience store employee bows again, microwave spinning near the counter, plastic bags hanging beside registers, waiting for the next transaction. Somewhere above the station entrance, a billboard changes every few seconds. Different faces selling different things, with exactly the same smile. Then the train arrives beside us, warm wind rushing through the platform, and everybody steps inside it like the scene can't continue otherwise. Everybody knows their lines, maybe I do too. Repeating gestures, repeating phrases, waiting for the next scene change. Automatic doors sliding sideways, same chime every single time. Street lights flickering on wet pavement as buses disappear downhill. And somewhere underneath the city noise, the script keeps running, even after nobody's watching anymore. Subway doors stuttering open, warm air hitting both my hands. Someone runs before they close again, backpack swinging through the sun. My shoelace keeps coming undone, neon trembling on wet
concrete base leaking out beneath the sidewalk, loose enough to shake the street. I wasn't trying to feel anything, just walking to avoid my room. Screen glare stuck inside my vision from scrolling too long in the dark. A motorcycle cuts the silence, water spraying from the curb. Somewhere high above the buildings, windows flicker one by one. Then the chorus inside my headphones lands harder than it should. My chest reacts before my thoughts do, like my body recognized it first. Traffic lights blur past the buses, cold air caught inside my teeth. For half a block my legs move faster without waiting for a reason. Someone laughing near the crosswalk, smoke dissolving near the lamps. Everything turns strangely sharper for a couple seconds straight. Suddenly my feet feel real again, hitting pavement in perfect time. Breath turning white beside the storefronts, pulse locked into passing cars. Nothing beautiful exactly, nothing fixed or overcome, just the strange relief of noticing I'm physically inside this moment. Oh, oh, street lights stretching on the river. Oh, wind pushing through my sleeves, train rails screaming underneath me, tiny sparks beside the track. A girl with silver headphones dancing for herself beside the stairs. Taxi tires slicing puddles, convenience store doors sliding wide. Coffee steam against the night air, fog in someone's glasses briefly. The bass grows louder near the underpass, loose bottles shaking near the wall. Now my heartbeat copies everything without asking any more questions. I start running with no destination, past vending machines and bicycles, past cigarette smoking posters, peeling from construction fences. For a second every movement feels connected to the next, like the whole city shares one rhythm hidden underneath the noise. Green lights flicker down the avenue, wet shoes sticking to the paint. My reflection in black windows finally moving at the same speed. Suddenly my feet feel real again, hitting pavement in perfect time. Jaw tight from the freezing air, music spilling through my head. Nothing solved by any of this. Morning waiting somewhere else, but the blood inside my body actually feels awake tonight. Crosswalk countdown almost finished, someone shouting from a bar. Train maps glowing through the station, static buzzing overhead. I catch myself before the entrance, hands against my knees to breathe, laughing quietly for no reason, like I almost disappeared before this. The next song starts without permission, kick drum shaking through my ribs, and I follow it automatically further underneath the lights. Suddenly the world feels heavier in the best possible Jacket slips off the chair, coins rolling under the table. Kitchen light left halfway on, water moving through the walls. Autoplay starts another song, too quiet to notice at first. Blue light drifting near the ceiling from the screen beside the bed. I cleared out everything, old screenshots, hidden folders, conversations pushed so far down, I stopped expecting them to surface. Outside the convenience store, a girl laughs into her phone. Something in the way it echoes pulls my chest sideways for a second. Coffee burning my hands, card reader blinking, wait. The cashier repeats the total twice, refrigerator's humming behind him. Passing traffic sprays the sidewalk, people crossing without looking up. Then a melody from someone's headphone stops me near the bicycle rack. Not even the full chorus, just 4 seconds through bad speakers. But suddenly your apartment hallway comes back completely intact. The lamp beside the mattress, steam against the winter glass. The cabinet door near the sink, always hanging slightly back in pieces. Every couple blocks, a voice through static, a grocery store song, cold air inside my sleeves. Train arriving underneath the bridge, metal screaming through the curve. Everybody shifting toward the doors without speaking to each other. Station maps glowing overhead, advertisements changing silently. A guy asleep against the window, mouth half open near the rail. I miss my stop without noticing, keep riding past the river line. Black windows cutting through tunnels, turning strangers into reflections. Someone brushes past my shoulder, mumbling something without stopping. The doors fold shut behind us, and the platform disappears. Outside taxi tires split, puddles, plastic umbrellas folding inward. Smoke drifting near the crosswalk, mixing with exhaust and rainwater. My earbuds tangled in my pocket, one side louder than the other. Shuffle pulling older songs upward from years I stopped revisiting. It comes back in pieces without asking first. The shape of your kitchen, your shoes near the washer, the silence after certain songs. Back inside the room feels smaller, laundry hanging near the doorway, phone charger twisted by the mattress, dust caught inside the vents. I stand there without moving, while pipes shake behind the walls. The playlist changing by itself from exactly like it used to. The jacket still beside the chair, blue light fading near the sink, water dripping in uneven patterns, and your name passing quietly through my head. One more time. One more time. Blue route lines across my screen, tiny airplanes over oceans, half-packed bag beside the closet, dust gathering on the handles, window cracked against the heat, motorcycle somewhere distant, train sounds underneath the buildings, pulling something in me again. Searching random cities without caring what they're like, just zooming out on different coastlines, watching highways leave the frame, late buses breathing at intersections, vending machines outside hotels, suitcase rolling through the station, echoing longer than it should, co-workers talking near the printer, weekend plans and discount flights. Someone laughs about escaping like it's only a joke to them. I memorized departure boards without booking anything, finger hovering near the purchase button, then locking my phone instead. It happens in small ways, elevator rides, convenience store aisles, train doors opening somewhere else. Laundry hanging near the doorway, passport buried in a drawer, old receipts inside my backpack from places I barely remember, videos of night drives in Tokyo, playing quietly in bed, headlights moving through wet tunnels, radio static in another language. The air inside my apartment feels overused somehow, like every thought already happened too many times in the same rooms. A map back glowing in the dark, blue lines stretching toward the river. For a second I imagine not turning back this time outside. Taxi split the rainwater, deliver asking permission. Laptop glow across the blankets. Recommended videos autoplaying. My reflection in the dark screen appears between loading circles. Phone vibrating near the pillow. Group chat sliding up the lock screen. Someone active 20 minutes ago. Someone typing and disappearing. I spend whole nights half awake scrolling past people I used to know. Vacation photos, gym selfies, new apartments, engagement rings. The algorithm knows my patterns before I finish searching things. Sad songs underneath street footage, clips of strangers driving nowhere. A friend uploads another story, taxi window. I watch it 3 times without sound and move on before it finishes. Outside, pipes shake behind the walls. A motorcycle cuts the silence, but everything feels farther away than the people inside my phone. Multiplying near the top bar. Unread messages stacked quietly. The room getting darker around me without me noticing first. Autoplay moves into old songs from years I stopped talking about. Suddenly I'm back inside bedrooms I haven't thought of in forever. The comments underneath the video move faster than I can read. Everybody laughing somewhere at almost the exact same time. Food delivery left downstairs, getting colder near the entrance. I keep forgetting I exist physically until my stomach starts reacting. Someone sends you still awake around the middle of the night. I stare at the typing window long enough for the screen to dim. My charger bent near the outlet, bed sheets twisted near my legs. Tiny lights blinking on the router, like signals trying to reach me. Online everywhere, present nowhere. Voice inside the headphones, body inside the room. Mind drifting between both badly. Videos of trains in foreign cities, rain against convenience stores. People walking under signage in places I'll probably never see. Another recommended playlist, another face beneath soft lighting. Another hour dissolving quietly into the bottom of the screen. And the internet cuts out suddenly, and the whole apartment goes silent. No moving thumbnails, no background voices, no endless upward motion, just my breathing and the refrigerator motor starting up again in the dark. Starting up again in the dark. The laptop heat against my stomach, loading circle turning slowly. Somewhere underneath the blankets my phone lights up once more, and for a second before I reach for for it. The room almost feels real. Automatic doors keep opening for nobody near the entrance. Sale jingles through cheap speakers, looping every 20 minutes. Plastic baskets near the register, stacked exactly the same way. A cashier wearing birthday glasses, scanning instant noodles slowly. Something about tonight feels fake, like everybody practiced first. Co-workers laughing near the elevator, half a second after the joke lands. A guy outside rehearses phone calls, walking circles near the curb. Yeah, man, totally over and over like an NPC with low dialogue. The pharmacy window flashes, buy two get one free, next to a poster of somebody smiling too hard to be believable. Train announcements underwater, polite voices asking patience. Meanwhile, everybody on the platform looks one inconvenience away from collapse. Have a nice day. Please stand clear of the closing doors. Enjoy your purchase. Terms and conditions may apply. The convenience store microwave spins, like's proud of itself somehow. Two drunk strangers arguing softly about cryptocurrency near the drinks. A delivery driver bows automatically without making eye contact. Street campaign speakers in the distance promising brighter futures again. Someone filming latte foam for 10 straight minutes near the window. Another person fake laughing loudly at something nobody heard. I catch my own reflection briefly in the black train window, and for a second I almost laugh because I look exactly like them. Earbuds in, dead expression, thumb moving endlessly upward, like my body subscribed to some invisible monthly service. Everybody sounds pre-recorded, even me sometimes, smiling on cue, repeating phrases, waiting for updates to install. Crosswalk melody playing softly, people moving when instructed. Green light, red light, walking signs blinking overhead. A businessman asleep on the subway, mouth hanging slightly open, phone still glowing in his hand like it's watching him back. Then suddenly I start laughing quietly, not because anything is funny, just because the whole world feels 1 inch away from parody. Automatic doors keep opening, sale jingles still repeating. Somewhere above the apartment buildings, a giant billboard flickers twice, and underneath all the advertisements, the city keeps trying very hard Old group chat near the top still. Nobody speaking for months now. Profile picture slowly changing without me noticing when. The game console under the TV, covered by a hoodie sleeve. Dust collecting near the buttons, controllers missing batteries. We used to stay awake together, talking through entire nights, ordering food past midnight, watching terrible videos for hours. Now everybody lives somewhere else, different train lines, different jobs. One friend posting off his selfies, another one engaged last spring. Sometimes I type somebody's name just to see what they're doing now. Stories from bars I've never heard of, vacation clips with muted sound. There's a photo buried in my camera roll, 4 of us outside a convenience store. Summer humidity on our faces, laughing at absolutely nothing. Different schedules, different stations, same phone numbers unused for years. I passed the old karaoke building, half the signs replaced upstairs, the ramen place beside the crossing close. Sometime during winter, one of us moving near the coastline, one disappear from everything, one still reacts with fire emojis without ever starting conversations. Train windows shaking through tunnels, advertising sliding overhead. Everybody sitting in silence, blue light caught across the hands. I almost send a message then lock the screen again, not because it would be awkward, because I wouldn't know where to begin anymore. Outside the station exit, rainwater gathers near the curb. Delivery scooters cut between taxis, like nothing ever really changes. We weren't supposed to drift this far, I don't think anybody planned it. Just small delays, busy weeks, and years moving quietly underneath us. The elevator mirror near my apartment makes me look older somehow. I stand there longer than necessary, holding groceries against my chest. Then suddenly I remember how easily we used to call each other. No planning, no hesitation, no checking calendars first. Just you awake, and somebody always was. Old group chat near the top still, tiny gray text underneath it. Last active a long time ago. Outside buses pass through puddles, apartment windows flicker softly, and somewhere across the city, people I used to know well are probably getting ready for bed. Window left halfway open, warm air pushing through the screen. Somewhere distant motorcycles dragging sound across the blocks. Melted ice inside a paper cup, sweat running down the sides. Blue fan turning near the corner, too weak to cool the room. tell if I'm tired or restless. Bed sheets tangled near my feet, phone glow lighting up the ceiling, mosquitoes circling near the lamp. The convenience store down the street, still buzzing underneath white lights. A guy in slippers buying cigarettes, yawning hard beside the fridge. Humidity sticking to my t-shirt, crosswalk paint still holding heat, vending machines humming softly against apartment walls outside. I leave without deciding to, just start walking past the bakery, past stacked crates behind restaurants and delivery bikes asleep in rows. Summer nights stretch too long, even silence sweats a little. Baseball game leaking from a window, someone laughing on a rooftop, plastic chairs outside a bar, scraping softly on the pavement. A girl runs through the sprinkler mist outside the laundromat parking lot. For a second everybody nearby looks younger than they actually are. I buy a drink I don't even want, just for the cold against my hand. Cash a half, watching late night reruns without reacting to anything. Traffic lights blinking yellow now, no cars waiting underneath them. The whole neighborhood feels unfinished, like everybody forgot to sleep. My earbuds play some washed out song I used to love during July, and suddenly the air around me feels heavier in a good way. Warm pavement under my shoes, cold can against my palm. Tiny moments keeping the night alive, long after it should have ended. I sit near the river railing, watching reflections shake apart, steam rising from convenience store noodles, mixing with the humid air. Nobody talking very loudly, nobody moving very fast, just fans spinning behind windows and distant sirens somewhere else. Then a breeze cuts through the heat for maybe 5 whole seconds, and the entire city exhales with me. Window left halfway open, blue fan turning near the corner, bird sound starting somewhere hidden above the power lines. The ice inside my cup completely gone, water dripping down my wrist, and the summer's still refusing to let the night end. Apartment numbers glowing softly across the parking lot below, keypad lights beside the entrance blinking blue against the dark, cold can and coffee in my jacket. Earbuds low enough for traffic. Delivery bikes passing slowly under orange street lights. I make it all the way back home, then keep walking past the building, like my body missed the timing to officially end the night. Convenience store, automatic doors open with the tired melody. The cashier barely looks up from some baseball rerun near the counter. I walk every aisle without purpose. Microwave noodles turning slowly. Air conditioning too cold indoors. Humidity sticking to my sleeves outside. Someone sits near the ashtray scrolling. Smoke curling under neon signs. A taxi waits beside the curb. Blinker clicking into empty streets. One more lap around the block. One more song before upstairs. The playground near the intersection moves slightly in the summer wind. Plastic horses faded unevenly from years facing the sun. I sit down near the vending machines, cold metal underneath my legs. A sports drink sweating beside me while traffic lights blink yellow nearby. My playlist reaches all the tracks, stuff I stopped replaying months ago. Now every chorus feels slower, stretching out across the sidewalks. A couple exits from a taxi, laughing too loudly for this hour. Their apartment buzzer answers instantly, like somebody expected them home. Meanwhile, my keys stay in my pocket, warm from my hands the whole time. The screen above the elevator changes floors behind the glass, but I stay outside the entrance, watching lost near the hallway light. Like crossing through those doors would make tomorrow arrive too quickly. Not trying to disappear, just not ready to stop moving yet. The night's still breathing softly between convenience stores and apartment windows. Somewhere upstairs water runs briefly, then pipes settle back down. A neighbor closes kitchen cabinets, television light flickers through curtains. The song inside my earbuds ends, but I don't start another one. For a second all I hear is crosswalk signals and distant tires. And weirdly, it feels enough. Apartment numbers glowing softly, keypad lights beside the entrance. Canned coffee almost warm now, condensation gone from the sides. I finally walk toward the doors, slow enough to notice everything. Moths circling near the hallway lamp, my reflection in the glass, and this city continuing behind me, like it never needed sleep at all.